Well, Happy New Year, everybody. Like, all right, Rick, where are you going? Well, things are just a little bit different to start the new year. Don't have any Corvette inventory. We're waiting for the plant. I mean, they're back working now, but waiting for the accumulation of new cars to be built, then shipped to us, then we'll get them ready for delivery for you. So I'm delivering one of the last cars that just arrived from Bowling Green before the new year. And here we are at the beginning of January, and a lot of our drivers, they take the winter off and they go south to enjoy the warmth. And I can't complain about January right now. I mean, it's 38 degrees, cold. It was frosty this morning, but no snow, so I'm good with that. But anyways, I've got a guy coming up from Florida, incidentally, and needs to be picked up from the airport. Now, of course, there's Uber and taxis and all that kind of stuff, but my schedule permitted me to break away to go pick up George, and talking to him, finalizing the purchase and all that over the phone like I do with a lot of you guys, was really enjoyable. Just a neat guy. And I'm not sure if we're going to talk about it or not, but I think we probably should. I mean, one of the top words that I described this channel in my year-end review was real. And I guess I've got to tell you guys, the real reason the car that he's buying came available, you're going to be shocked, appalled. That's a word that you will use when you find out about this. And I'm really curious to see the feedback from you guys on the situation. Things happen for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. And he is so excited to have the opportunity to get this car. Talking business real quick before I get to the airport. At this early stage in January, we do not, I mean, it was the first business day of the year and the phone was blowing up. Everybody wanted to know what the price was, what the availability was, what number am I for the Z06 list. We don't have any of that information. I told you before, it hasn't changed. When we know, we will contact you. The dealership hasn't set in stone yet. They're now controlling what they want to do with the Z06 representation. So I'm just gathering feedback and putting it into the database, and then we'll reach out to everybody once we know. And I anticipate to get that in February is what I'm thinking. So February or March, no later than. And then we'll see what is what in regards to that. So thank you for the excitement. It's been kind of a little lull there as we ended the year with no real focus. I mean, we had the big teaser, the big reveal from Chevy, and that's it. We've had nothing else since. I mean, some new test cars you've seen out on the road. Those are pretty cool. That Elkhart Lake Blue one is just smoking hot. That was on that truckload. I don't know if it's in Detroit or not, but I'm sure we'll start to see some pictures of those cars out in the wild. But the good news is, and I don't know if we've talked about it yet or not on the channel, but the good news is that the plant is back working. I mean, I'm shocked that they're back as fast as they are. So thank goodness for that. I'm wishing nothing but the best for that community, for those people to get their lives back on track. I mean, that's not all of a sudden over. It's easy to forget it because it's not a headline, but it's not over, guys. There's houses that are demolished that just didn't magically reappear. They're still trying to figure out what they're going to do and trying to piecemeal their lives back together. So please keep that in mind. And that will be relative to, yeah, that's kind of a segue. Back here, it's a segue. You haven't heard about it yet. But that'll be a segue as to why this red convertible is available that George bought instantly. And thanks for so many of you, yeah, that follow us on the channel, but follow me on Instagram. Yeah, right there at Rick Corvette Conti on Instagram. That's when I posted the availability of that car. Didn't even have an opportunity to put it up on Facebook because as soon as I put it up on Instagram, it sold right away. So you guys do react very quickly. You guys are very engaging. And most of you, to be honest, most of you are enjoyable to work with. That's retail, man. It's not all warm and fuzzy. Come on. But we're not going to talk about that other stuff. You know. All right, man. All right, so I'll see you guys. Well, we'll share with you as soon as I pick up George at the airport. He's excited. I told him, I said, hey, I'm coming to get you. And he goes, oh, am I going to ride in your car? I said, yeah. I mean, it's January. It's dirty, but it's my daily, you know, and I'm loving it. I finally got the all-season tires on, too, and then I was on the way to the airport, and I'm like, I got a bunch of crap in the front trunk, and I got stuff in the trunk, and I'm like, oh, what if he's got like an overnight bag or something like that? So I stopped at the house real quick, took a bunch of stuff out of the trunk, so at least I got room. I hope I've got room for at least one bag, if in fact he brought something like that. So just sharing my day with you guys, my representation that I'm so proud to be a part of for Corvette, stepping into a new chapter for a lot of us. Certainly a new one for me since getting this baby last year. Is still almost a full year. It's still unreal to me. And I even ran, see, when I get in the car, I can sit and just talk to you guys forever. But I rented one of my clients today because the weather's still pretty decent. They came in for a service. And he's had 8 Corvettes. And Bob said, Rick, he goes, I got to tell you, I'm driving it more than I thought I would. I just really enjoy driving this car. And I just smiled and I said, I know exactly what you mean. You guys, I don't think you guys can see it. It's kind of a bummer. As much as I'm proud driving around in this beautiful rapid blue C8 convertible, then, okay, there he goes. Then I gotta drive by a Honda CHR or something like that that's kind of in the same color. It's a bummer. This color should be reserved for exotic cars only. You know what I mean? I just thought of something else too. I guess I think better when I'm driving in the car. I really do. My mind is always thinking stuff. I just happen to have a camera with me to share with you. So I'm about to approach the Columbus airport, and there's one area, we won't see it now because it's daylight, but there's one area that you go underneath this underpass and they have all these just awesome blue lights. So I want to get a picture of my car over there by those blue lights, but what I wanted to tell you guys, one thing I'm thinking about doing to my car, I've actually really looked into it, so I'm probably going to do it. You're like, why are you going to do that? I don't know. I'm probably going to add blue lights to the underside of my car and inside the wheel. So those special situations, it will be just fun, but it'd be really super cool. And I've went totally wacky since I got this car. So yeah, I was thinking about the blue lights over by the airport, so I wanted to at least share that conversation with you guys and throw that out there. Yeah, I'm trying to record on the PDR, and I just realized I got the GoPro mount right here in the middle of the camera area. What a dummy. Yeah, right under here at night, there's some really cool blue lights. You get some great shots, some rolling shots of the C8 for you guys. That'll just be fun. It's always fun to take pictures of your car. It really is. So I didn't start recording when the officer just come by, but I'm not allowed to sit here. You can slide in, get somebody, and get out. I've got to drive down and go to this roundabout. He's not here yet, so. Okay, so. Oops. She did say though, she goes, I like your car. Yep, that's him. Got room in there? Hi, big brother. All right. This is awesome. I'm glad I had the opportunity to do this, you know. Absolutely. Usually I don't get a free second, but this year's kind of a weird year. I've been busy.
It is.
Well, since 6 this morning, I've been at the dealership loading cars and getting cars ready and all the stuff I do, the nuances.
And of course, you're 1 month at a time. You finished last month and last year,
yeah.
So now you're starting all over.
Absolutely.
Another month.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you
Yeah,
too.
Good
Well,
to see you,
listen,
man. Fantastic.
just listen. It all gets back. I've been telling the same story. I got a text from Rick. He said, "Yeah, we've got a car that's available. Do you want to know the information about it?" And I said, "Well, sure." And so I sent you the response.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, your email comes in, and I was like still half asleep when I read it. I said, "No, he's not talking to me." That's why I turned around and put, "I'll just wait for
29
22.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? That was funny as hell.
God.
It really was.
But it was great. It worked out just perfectly.
Well, it's weird for a lot of people. We're recording for the vlog, by the way.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
It's weird for a lot of people buying a car out of state, and
Sure.
I've been doing it so long.
Right.
It's just standard business practice
sure.
for me. So, with me being comfortable with it, I try to portray that with you guys over the phone and text and email, so you're comfortable in the same regard about buying a car from somebody you never met. Now, the channel allows me to introduce myself in different ways to keep that going, but it's still weird buying from afar. I mean, you flew over a few hundred dealerships to get to me.
That's right. That's right. But then again, whoever's marketing the product, and everything's standing back. You have Chevrolet bringing such a great product, obviously.
Yes.
Taz is the design. Duntoff was the beginning person who initiated it.
Had the dream, right?
Sure. And now it's just a matter of you facilitating a product, and you're doing it.
Right.
And of course, that's the advantage. And it's not just you're so many different individuals. You're telling the story, and you have the products, and you have people that are, and plus showing off people that are getting attacked, they're buying vehicles from you, and they go out the door. They come in, they go out the door, and you get more customers.
Well, I want people to share in that experience.
Sure.
Whether they're thinking about Corvette or not, because this is such a different car, and we're rising to such a new level.
Yeah.
I think it's a message that needs to be told, no matter who's buying the car.
Sure.
So. It's pretty deep. I just want to thank you for your flexibility. One thing I do want to talk about, and I was talking about with folks before you got here, is how the car that you're getting came available. It was a very touching time, stressful time, seeing that the Corvette plant in other areas, the track and so forth, got hit by a tornado.
Right. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this freaking C8 is the best thing that's ever happened to Corvette, but it's been cursed from day one.
Exactly.
From a strike that shouldn't have happened, and we've had fires on trucks and fires at the plant, and I mean, anything and everything that could have happened.
And you mentioned
side of an earthquake. I mean, we've had it all.
It's the next pandemic that can happen.
For heaven's sakes! So it was so hard. I had one client that was just. I gotta merge here. At one client that was just freaked out, blowing up the call center, blowing me up. The day after the tornado, his car was built the day before the tornado. Yeah. Your car.
Oh.
And
wow.
And he was having panic attacks, and I don't know how to say. I guess I just say it. I just was. And you and I talked about this on the phone.
Sure.
And I told you guys earlier on the channel. I don't know if I was going to talk about, but what the hell?
Why not?
We're going to keep one of the top 10 things was keep it real. So here it is. Here's the real.
Yeah.
Number one, he says, I need to get some documentation from Chevrolet to verify my car wasn't hurt in the tornado. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I mean, if it was, you would have been notified. I still need some reassurance. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting worn out with this conversation. The conversation before that conversation, he had said to me, because he was trying to find out what was going on with the car. I respect that. But then is where it turned. And he goes, I understand that people have lost their lives and lost their home, but I am spending $100,000 on a car, and I demand to know what's going on with my car.
Wow.
And George, I'm telling you, there was a long silence.
Sure.
I knew how I wanted to respond to that.
That's right, but you still have to maintain professionalism.
And finally, I just said, here, just don't buy the car. Let's just order you another car.
That's
okay,
right.
I would feel much better about that. I'm like, okay, me too. It's like, I mean, but okay, so you guys comment. It's like, now that you know, I mean, it's disheartening that people think like that. And we said that in the video the night that the tornado was announced.
Yeah.
that at the end of the day, as special as and important as these cars are to us, at the end of the day, it is just a car.
Yeah.
So and then you stepped in and said, hey man, I'm flexible.
That's right.
Let's rock, man.
That's right. It's not quite, I might not, but you know what? It's still, I've been singing around the house like a crazy man. And of course, I'm careful. I'm not, I haven't told my children yet, which,
Oh, okay.
they're not children, they're my, well, they are.
Yeah.
My son's
They'll
24.
always be your
That's
kids.
right. And
Right.
and my daughter's 27. They say I don't share anything with my ex-wife. That's another story itself. and also all my friends, I haven't told them either. So I'm going to just surprise and just sort of show up.
Right. Well,
Hey, where'd you get that?
well, here's the thing. You said it too.
Yeah.
You got excited at the reveal of the car.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, we're in the 3rd model year of this car. Enough is enough. The weight is really starting to stress all of us out. Me out too. And it's because, for those that are watching now, this part of the vlog, and again, when we get in the cars, we really enjoy the conversations with you guys. But,
Right.
you know, you go back to the beginning, you know, we earned X amount of cars, didn't get those. Same thing happened at 21, at 22, here it comes again.
Right.
And we're going to see a new evolving distribution pattern, I
Sure.
think, for allocations, where it's hard for us to do business.
Sure.
You know,
sure.
the old hide the weenie, you know, how many got coming next week? It's like, I don't
That's
know,
right.
man. You know, it's like,
Yeah, I don't know. There's the one part that I think another video that you had was when some of the dealers were just ordering the vehicles under a fictitious name,
Sure.
and they're making it their own inventory in order to get more money,
Right.
hold it out for a higher price. Well, and of course Chevrolet, obviously in the Corvette plant, we should not hold the customers by their proverbial.
well, that
short
kind of stuff. Those guys play those games. That will come back and bite them in the end. When
Oh,
you look
absolutely.
at the math of it, I'm always a numbers guy, looking at the math
Right.
on you know the turn rate of sales and you know and how fast they sell and the quantities of this and that. I mean, so it's a big formula. So that will come back and bite
Yeah,
them in the butt.
yeah, yeah.
It really will, and that's fine. And I don't worry about that. I need more. I want more. We've gotten more in the past.
Right.
Right now, I've gotten to the point where I don't let it bother me as much as I did last year.
Right.
It was pretty stressful, and I feel that stress from you guys, but I'm going to do the best I can with what I got,
Sure.
and I'm going to have fun with those cars. And I'm sorry for those that I can't get cars, but the ones that we're going to get, we're going to have one hell of a good time. Like
That's
we're
right.
right now.
That's right. That's right. But see, and the thing that you're obviously you're so humble. You're a friend. You give customer service, and of course the most important thing is you treat people the way that you want to be treated.
Thank you.
And you know what? That's so simple, but some people make it so complicated for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's a shame. But
Well, there's been a lot of, let's just face it, let's just be honest, there's been a lot of politics
yeah.
on this car. There's been a lot of games on this car.
Mm.
And I'm talking internally, externally, and I could tell you guys stories that would just make your head spin, and one day maybe I will.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me. It's been a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
But I'm adjusting and doing the best I can with what I got, and still committed to doing a good job and a fun job for you guys and for the people that watch and just enjoy this product. But yeah, I said that in my year-end review. There's been challenges, and there's still going to be challenges. No one's waved the magic wand. It's not over. It's how we adjust and move forward.
That's right.
It
That's
really
right.
is.
Well, listen, you do your best at what you do, and you can't do any more. You know,
Right.
Because that's the way to treat.
Well, there's things out of our control.
Exactly.
It really is. As much as I like to have my hand on it, and it comes from the heart,
Right.
I too got to realize I can't control this.
No.
Okay, my name's not on the building of the dealership.
That's right.
I don't build these cars. Okay.
It's within your reach of what you can do, but obviously,
Right.
it does work. You know, no one you don't brag about what you do and what you don't do, but
No.
obviously you do a significant job in doing it, your representation. So
This is all I know, man.
that's it.
I appreciate that. That's all I know. I chose to focus
My
on
name is
one
Manuel.
car.
I know nothing.
I deliver 99.9% of the cars I sell are Corvette.
Yeah, sure.
And when I started in the business, and I told the story a long time ago, but for some of the new people to the channel, when I started in the business, I hated the car business. I hated the games and the insults and I remember one of my sales managers, I came up to the little sales desk and I brought the paper up there, says, okay, go say this and go say this and go say this, and you come back and let me know what they say.
Yeah.
And I went, what? I go, that's stupid. He goes, you do what I say. I'm the sales manager. I go, okay, this is stupid. The whole thing was stupid. I'm like, just talk to people. So I went over and, you know, I made the deal. And I ended up getting focused on Corvette, but I saw that there was a need for a focus on this car and a focus on the customer to be a specialist. And I know that guys like you know, come from afar, and that's great. Not to take anything away from your local dealership that you buy your other products, it's fine. But when it comes to a specialty vehicle,
that's right.
I know people want to deal with a specialist
right.
and a specialty dealer that focuses on this car.
And even Chuck, you know, he specializes in what the heck he does as well.
He really does. Really does. And he takes it serious. We both take it serious, and I guess that's passion and commitment.
Right.
You know, I love when Chuck's more in a hurry to get stuff done. Yeah. One of his best lines is, "Do you want it done right, or do you want it done right now?"
That's it. Take your pick.
It's like, okay, all right, I get it. All right.
No problem.
Yeah. So what part of Florida are you from, man?
Pensacola.
Okay.
So it's the panhandle. You have the peninsula of Florida that goes down to the Keys, but that little sliver that goes towards underneath Alabama and right into Mississippi. That's the part I'm in.
Okay.
So it's the extremity of it, but it's still technically Florida. The only difference in the people that live in that part of Florida, they talk like this. They're mighty country.
So there's a little hillbilly down there.
There's a whole lot of hillbilly. Because, you know, you get people from Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. But,
Yahoo!
But it's still great weather. Like yesterday, we had rain that came in out of nowhere. We've had 72 to 75 degree temperature, which is good. Right. But of course, we also had a cold front that was close to us.
Right.
And then when the rain came through, it went from the low 70s right into 32.
Oh boy.
It was.
Well, here it's 41 now.
Yeah, but look at this.
First week of January, it's sunny, it's dry. There's not been any snow. We've had no salt on the road.
This is good looking. Cool.
Yeah, it is. Buddy. I'm glad we still have a little bit of sun on it.
That's right.
Look at that. Check that out. There's something about a red Corvette, George. There really is.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yep. That red interior, red calipers. Yeah. All right. This is looking good. Okay. Thanks for watching today, guys. Come back tomorrow. We've got part 2 of Rick on the Road and my conversation with George from Florida.